This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good evening. This is Suresh here.
Good evening, Suresh.
Yeah, good evening guys. Good evening one and all.
Good evening. Good evening.
Just give me a moment guys. Okay, so guys, in our sessions on the last week, we have been looking on the org structure setup, the way how the organizational structure can be set up using the different standard layers of the employee central module, that is MDF based or legacy foundation based objects. So we saw that on Thursday and Friday session, and even on Friday we even started looking on enhancing the company structure using some custom layers as well. So if we are required to have an additional layer like subdivision or sub department, such kind of things, so how to even configure that, we started it. So we are in the process of doing that. So let me recap those steps what we have done on that day for custom layer in the org structure, and what are the rest of the other set of steps to be done also. We'll continue in our today's session. Let me first open that presentation files guys, just give me a moment. Just a second. So in this organizational structure file, the way how we have the standard layers like the legal entity, business unit, division, department, and all, gentlemen. So under division or under department or anywhere in between the layers, if a customer is expecting to have some additional layers, so whatever terminology they call that layers, also it's completely up to them. But if we need to have these kind of additional layers to be brought in, so how do we do that configuration steps, and how do we integrate that newly added layer into the organizational structure? So that is what we are now looking at in that regard. So we already started creating a custom object called I guess business unit, sorry, the division, custom subdivision is what I guess we created on the other session. So this thing, let me just relabel it as subdivision. So custom subdivision is what we are actually planning to create, where this is going to be associated with the standard division, which is already the above layer of it. So now here, this is the way how the association actually works. Okay. So in that regard, the place where all these existing MDF foundation objects are already available, in the same place, we are also going to create this additional new foundation object in the same configure object definition. So using the create new object definition on the right hand side, using this object definition, we actually created that new object on the other day guys, which is actually the subdivision. I think we created it on March 5th. Yeah, subdivision March 5th. This is a one which will basically have the set of fields what we would like to have in the subdivision object level by filling these basic properties initially, the code, dating as basic object such that the effective date is mandatory, and API visibility as editable to make it visible in the integrations, and the object name. This is what we have given, and we have chosen to have these fields: the code of the subdivision, name of the subdivision, start date, and the head of subdivision as 4 fields is what we have decided. And we made sure that as of now secured is something that we are keeping it to no, such that at a later point we can handle setting up the permissioning as of now. And we created this object. So any new object you created, if you need to have the values created for that object, is where in manage data we can have the values. Like if you want to have a subdivision, set of subdivisions, subdivision 1, subdivision 2, like that. If you want to create some set of values, manage data is the place. Same like the way we can handle the creation of departments, divisions, create new department, create new division. All this the way how we can create. Even the newly created subdivision also can be created here. When we click on this, the screen what brings up is basically the set of fields whatever we have decided to have under this object definition, and configure object definition for this whatever are the fields. These are the fields, the 4 fields. Other fields are the MDF system fields. Whenever we normally create a new MDF object and save it, automatically there will be some standard success factor specific system fields that will come up, which will obviously not appear on the front end. Only the non-MDF related fields only will appear on the front end. So that is what these fields we see. This is what the first object, whenever we create it as an independent object, that is how it looks like. And now as a process of integration, association, when you want to associate this custom layer with the standard division layer, that is where whenever we are required to configure any association between 2 layers, we definitely go to the bottom level and we link it with the parent. In that regard, in the subdivision, which is the bottom level, we went to the association section, and here we have defined our custom association to the standard division object. So 2div is the name that I have given, 2div, 1 to many is the association, and the object is the parent object as division with valid when association, because the foundation objects level, because these are 2 different layers, division, subdivision are totally different layers. So then we are required to have this valid when as the association type. When we set up this is what from the next moment system has also started displaying the division field here at the bottom, so that for every subdivision that I create, system is asking me to link it with any of the existing division as a parent. That is how this will indirectly establish this structure. For every subdivision getting created, you will have some division as the parent for sure. That is this division association field. So this way we brought up a new object called subdivision completely, which is not delivered by success factors standard. We have added one more layer, and we even associated that with the standard division, and we automatically brought it into the organizational structure this way. Okay, so till here is what we have been looking on the other day. Finally, these subdivisions, their objects, values, whatever you are creating here, that are to be linked at an employee level. So that is also one of the foundation layer. So the way how you assign every employee with a particular legal entity, business unit, division, department and all, you are also required to assign an employee against a particular subdivision. So then in the employee profile under the job information section, you need to have a place for even storing the employees subdivision as well. So here under the employment information and org information section level, along with the company, business unit, division, department and all, we need to have one more field called as subdivision here. After division somewhere, we need to have subdivision. So how do we have that new field brought up, and how the association will work here also at the portlet level is what that we are now supposed to look towards in our today's session that I'm going to start. So any questions on this, guys? Still here, whatever we have done on the previous session for this custom object, custom association? Anyone? Okay, so now finally, whatever is the association definition that we have done in the configure object definition is basically reflecting its output here in the manage data, guys. In the manage data, we have this definition. And now at the employee portlet level, if you want to have that association also shown up here, first of all is what we are required to have a one more field called as subdivision brought up, because it's not a standard thing. SF doesn't give it in the standard job information portlet. So now we are just required to go into the business configuration. As we know, that is a place where we can actually have the entire portlets related configuration. So just go to the manage business configuration, and in the job info portlet, we can work on creating a custom field altogether, a new field. Okay, so that is, I'm just starting with the business configuration, and here on the left hand side, just select the job info. Here on the right hand side, system will show us the list of fields of the job info will be shown over here. Okay, and here we have this org info fields, company, business unit, division, department, and all. I need one more field called subdivision. So just scroll to the extreme bottom, where at the here at the ending we have a place for the custom fields. So let us add some custom fields. So let me add one, the custom string one, which is I want to give the label of this field as the subdivision field. Okay, and where should that display? So this is a section. Under which section you want it to be? Under the job info fields, org info fields, position info fields, all that. So now org info, if I select, it will come and appear on the people profile under this heading. If I choose position info, here under this heading it will appear. If I choose job info, here it will appear. So that is actually an org structure field we want along with the other org fields. So we'll choose it as organizational information here in the sections, guys. Under job information, under org information category, we want it. And then the next parameters is where you want that to be enabled or not. Enabled means, do you want that to be displayed on the front end or not? Yes, this is what we are required to choose. Okay, so any other attributes like mandatory, length of the field, anything, you can go to the details and handle it, but these are the minimum required. The technical field ID, the field label, and under which section it has to appear along with its enabling part. If you want to maintain any translations for this custom field, the label, you can also go for the translations and maintain it in other languages as well. So this way one more new field is added. And now if you scroll to the extreme bottom and click on save, guys, once this is saved, now the system will display the newly added field onto the front end, where on the people profile level it will appear. Under org information section it will appear, but it will appear at the ending, not beside division field, because we did not do any ordering. We only decided to display it under org section. Exactly beside division field it has to appear and all, we have not done. If you are required to do that, exactly here using these arrows, we are required to move that field up and down. So if whatever is the field that has been added at the end of the fields, using the arrows against that fields one by one, we are required to push the field exactly beside the division field. Okay, so now it's just saving. I'll just show you that once again in editable mode. So now here I go for a correction again. So if you want this field just beside the division field, go to the bottom, the custom field what you added, and there you are required to use these arrows. Again, this custom field here, these arrows you are required to choose and move it one by one. One by one, using arrows, you are required to move it to the top. So I'm not interested in doing all that now. It's all about alignment. So even it is at the last place, that is fine, but it will be under the org information section. It will be the last field. So not completely at the end of the portlet, somewhere at the bottom of job info, not like that. Within org information, it will appear at the ending. That's it. Okay, so now if we refresh this people profile screen, guys, so we just now added one more field in this portlet. So on the people profile, again go to the org information part here, under show more. Here you are required to get one more custom field called subdivision, but it's not appearing. Why is that? So I just want to clearly show it to you practically, guys. In the employee central module, in the initial sessions, I told you that there are around 6 to 7 portlets which are having field level control. When we added a custom field in the national ID portlet, I shown you that it got immediately reflected. The national ID portlet level custom field added has been immediately reflected. Where if I go for that personal info, national IDs, here custom is a field we added. This field immediately got reflected. But I told you on the same day, we are having some set of portlets which are having a field level controls. These are the EC core portlets, personal info, job info, compensation, address details, all these things. These are the portlets which will have a field level controls. So now if there is a new field added into that portlet, you are required to go and give the permission to even that field. Only when that field is also given the permission, then only it will appear on the front end. So like that, the permissions are to be activated for every field. What is given permission, only that you can see. By default, everything will not be visible. So that is the behavioral difference here. That's why today when we added a custom field under job info org information section, system is not immediately showing me here that subdivision field. So to have it is where we are required to work on the permissions again. That is, we are required to go for the permission roles. So I am basically getting the permissions in this system from a role called as system admin. There is a system admin role. From that only I'm going to get the permissions for my ID. So I will go for that system admin. Under manage permission roles, what you guys saw in the introduction to mastery level. So here are the different roles that we can create. Where under that, the very first one, system role is here. Under this system admin role, I'll give the permission for this newly added field. Where first, when we go into this permission, you are required to understand where employee central module specific permissions are available. So once the screen gets loaded now, here when we click on this permission button, we'll get a pop-up with lot of checkboxes, lot of permissions. We know that, which will contain user level permissions, admin level permissions, all that. So now for anybody, if that field has to appear, a newly created subdivision field has to appear, then user permissions is a category that you are required to go for. Under user level, here you have employee central effective dated entities as a category. And EC historic dated portlets is what it means. Job information is a historic dated portlet. So here under employee central effective dated entities, all that 6 portlets, whatever I'm saying, these portlets related permissions will be here. First, the personal information portlet. Under that, every field level, first name, last name, every field related, you have the respective check boxes. Similarly, if you go to the bottom job information, here under job information also, the newly added field called subdivision related field level permissions you are having here, guys. 5 checkboxes. What does these 5 checkboxes actually mean is, so first checkbox says whether the permission is being given to view the data. First 2 are for only viewing the data. That too, you are authorized to see the existing subdivision of the employee or even the historic subdivisions. That is, when the employee joined in which subdivision he is today, after 5 years in which subdivision he is, like that. If you want to also give the access to the historic data, this checkbox is what to be selected. That is, on the screen, whatever you see this information here is for the current record, guys. If you go to the historic icon here, you will be able to see the history. So today, from 2017 Jan, this is the existing latest record. But employee is hired in the year of 2002. In 2002, what is the employees division, department, all that? Here you can see this. Today, what is that? Here in the latest record, you'll see it. So if you are permitted to see this historic data or not, historic level that field or not, is what we see here under the permission roles. View current and view history. Then you have edit permission, edit or insert, and correction. So here this is something important, guys. So every field level they give edit access and correction access. Basically this has to be referred as insert access. What is insert, what is correction means? Say example, in this employee profile level, here you have already something maintained in the system. Effective 1st of January 2017, there is some record maintained. Now if you want to make some changes on this record, say example, I'll show it on the personal information for more easy understanding. Say since 2002, right from the employee hiring level, constant record is there. His first name, last name, is gender, marital status, everything is constant. Now, if you want to make any change on this existing record, so since 2002, whatever is the change that you are making, also you want it to be effective 2002 only. Okay, you don't want that to happen freshly from today. Say example, if I go to this historic one, here if I go for historic, system will give you an option to change the 2002 record only. Here if you click on edit, the edit what you're doing is a 2002 record, the date if you see. any change you want to do here in the middle name, if you want to add something, display name, any marital status things, anything you're updating, that change is going to be effective since 2002, backdated. Okay, say example from last 20 years, employee's middle name is not properly maintained in the system, but that employee has some middle name, something, some query, something. I'm just giving this word. Just if you want to save it, you save it. So the change what you have now made is something that is going to be affected since 2002. So since 2002, that change is going to be affected. If you want to make that thing, that is called correction. What we have now done, going into the historic view and editing, is a correction access. That is where in the permissions, here you have this correction checkbox. You give this, but your requirement is not to correct the existing record. From today, you want to make a change. That is, since 2002, when employee has joined, till today, his marital status is single only. But now, after these many years, he's getting married, example. If you want to change his marital status, then you can go for edit. Whatever now you are going to edit is going to update effective today, March 8th, 2021. The date will show today's date. Here, if you're going to change his marital status from single to something, say married. So this is the change that is going to be effective since March 8th, guys. Now you can save this. Okay, so this is how basically system will have you, will be giving you both the options when it comes to historic dated portlets of EC. These historic core EC portlets level, you will have all these for this 6 portlets. You will have this permission to either give the edit access. Edit means inserting. You are inserting one more record in the history. You are inserting one more record in the history. That is here when you are changing the marital status from single to married. Let me check, there is some errors throwing on. I'll just see what is that. Either your marital status has changed. Next step, warning, please upload, please make sure. Okay, that's it. Those are just warnings, guys. If I save it, attachment is required. Let me just attach some file quickly. Yeah, I just made some attachment, guys. I just had some attachment on my local drive, some image. I just attached it. Click on save. So now this record will be saved effective. Oh God, it's going even for approval. Okay, let me just not to save it. But this, once you save it, effective March 8th, that is where today effective, there will be a new record. Now when you go into the historic mode, after that record is saved, the last record is since 2002. On top of it, one more historic record, effective March 8th, 2021, one more will come. Historic level, there is one more new record in the history that is created. That is what in the permissions, we will call it as insert permission, this one. You are giving him an authorization on this field to insert a new field, then this is one. On the existing data only, if it has to be given the correct access, then this is the correction checkbox. Like that. First two are view, next two are inserting and updating, and last one is delete. So if the entire record has to be deleted, you should have the access to all the fields of this portlet, delete access, then only the entire record can be deleted. So like that, 5 checkboxes will be given for each and every field level in these 5 easy core portlets. Employee central effective dated entities we say. All that 5 portlets are here. Employee personal information, followed by address details, dependent details, job information, compensation information, and job relationships. The same 6 portlets what I have given you here. Okay. So now because I am given this permission, guys, for the newly added field in the job information level, that is the subdivision field, where it is here. The subdivision as a one more field. I selected all the checkboxes now here, right? So now if I save it, I just spent quality time on that permission. I just want to give you guys an understanding of how the permission works. That's why I spent that much time there. So again, we'll have a dedicated session on permissioning of role employee central. Then we'll again anyways revisit this. So in the process, this has come. That's why I'm just spending some time. So here, once you have done this permission roles updation, now if you refresh the screen, the employee profile screen, if you refresh, that subdivision field what has been added should start appearing on the portal. In the job information we added it, right? So that will now appear over here. So here under org information category, you should have, when you click on show more, one more field as, it's taking time to save this permission. Just a moment, guys. Log out and log in back. Sometimes permission will require us to log out and log in back, gentlemen. Let me do that. Still not reflecting. Just give me a moment, please. Somebody selected a checkbox called should not apply on the existing logged in user, guys. That's why it's not reflecting on my login. When I look at others profiles, it should appear. The current logged in users profile, it should not appear, is what the checkbox has selected been. That's why it did not appear. Now it should come quick. Here, the subdivision field got added as per the permissions given now. Now, if you want to make any updates, now for the subdivision, if you are required to make any updates, that is either the employee location has to be updated, his department, anything. Like you are doing a department transfer, location transfer, or change of employee subdivision, anything, guys. We are not required to directly go to this edit portlet. We are required to follow this process of actions, change job and compensation information. On the right hand top, you have this actions, change job and compensation information. So this is the path that you are required to follow for 3 portlets. If you click on it, you get the 3 portlets names, job information of the employee, job relationships, and the compensation salary part. For these 3 portlets level updates, you are required to go through this path mandatorily. So whatever are the any workflows, validations and all to be functioning, only if you go through this path, it will function. So that's a prerequisite process that we are required to follow from here. Now, if I want to update the employee job information, which is nothing but the employee subdivision or any other changes, so effective today, I want to make some update in the subdivision field, which is newly added. So in that subdivision field, if I have to make some entries, effective today, now all the fields are appearing. Here the subdivision field also started appearing, into which I can enter the data, where all the other org information, division, departments, business units are all drop downs coming with all the list of existing data in the managed data, whatever are the business units created, divisions created, all that are coming here. But subdivision is a free text field because you just added a field called subdivision. but you did not link it with the subdivision object that you created. The custom object called subdivision, what we created for that SD1, SD2, SD3, some values, whatever we created subdivisions, you did not link it with that object. It's an independent object. It's independent, just a free field, free custom field that is present here. So first of all, when you add a field, giving the permission and getting it on the front end is the first step. Second, whatever are the values that you have in the managed data for this subdivision that SD1, SD2, whatever we created, if that are to be brought here into the field as a drop down, that is, let me first open the object here, the subdivision. Here we have three values, I guess. Yeah, SD1, SD2, SD3. So these three values should be coming here in the drop down. So for that, we are required to link this custom field with this object in this manage data level, whatever is object, you are required to link it with that. So for that, you need to know the object definition. That is what we have defined the object as custom underscore subdivision underscore MAR05 on the other day. So go open that object once. Just you are required to copy that object definition, the object code actually. So here object definition subdivision MAR05, this is the label, the code is here. Custom underscore subdivision underscore MAR05, copy this. So whatever is the code that you have copied, you are required to link it with this particular field. So where can you do that field level linking means? You again require the business configuration page. Let's go for this manage business configuration. Here under the job info, where we added that custom field, let us go to that area under the job info portlet. So here under job info, I go to this custom field called as subdivision. Under the properties of it, here under the details, you know the lot of properties will be visible. So here one more different property is for getting the values from that MDF object level to this field. So this field has to refer to an MDF object. Type of reference object is foundation object. System has to refer to the foundation object. Which foundation object it has to refer for the drop down values is what the reference object you are required to paste it here, the object ID. For standard fields like legal entity, business unit, division, department and all, we need not do this. That's a system framework level. It will be already having a default mapping internally in the system. You need not maintain this attribute separately. But for customly created layers, this is one additional step that is going to be added, guys. So whatever is the custom field that you added, for the custom object and this custom field, if you want to have a linking system, this field has to refer that foundation object. Whatever are the values created against this foundation object, that will come here. So that is a type of reference object with reference object code has to be given here. Click on done and save it. So now if you go to the bottom and save it, guys. So once the save is done, next time when you open this employee profile level portlet, this time system will show you that field as a drop down instead of a free text. Whichever is a free text now, in next minute it will turn it into a drop down, because this field is now starting to refer the business of the foundation object, which is called subdivision. Let this get saved. Step by step, guys. First we need to add a field, then give the permission to it, then it will start appearing on the front end, but it appears as a free text. If you want that to be turned from free text into a drop down, you need to have the link between the object called subdivision, and the field which is in the business configuration level. So that mapping is what we have done now. Now if I close this portlet and I again open it in the editable mode, change job and compensation information, select the job information, from which date you want to make a change, give some date, then only the fields will appear. Once the fields appear, if you see that custom field newly added subdivision field, that will start appearing as a drop down. SD1, SD2, SD3 all are coming step by step. First we added a field, then given a permission, then only it started appearing. When what it appeared as a free text, to turn it into a drop down, we linked that standard the custom object what we created with this custom field using type of reference object field. Then this has started coming. But till it's not completed, as per association, all the values should not come. We have an association between subdivision and the standard division. Subdivision and the standard division, we have an association between these two. Then what are connected with corporate services, only that should come here under subdivision. So if you go for manage data, SD1 is not linked with any division. SD2 is also not linked with any division. SD3 is linked with corporate services, which is here we have corporate services as a division. Now when I have this as a division, under subdivision only the third one called SD3 only should come, because only those two are connected under associations. So now that is where we are required to establish an association between the fields, the division field and the subdivision field. Between this division and the subdivision field, we are required to establish an association. For that, we are required to work in the business configuration again. Same like we have done for the standard fields between business unit division, division department, between them the way we have handled the association. So between these division and department means you go to the lower level division and link it with the you will go to the lower level department and link it with the division. Similarly, if it is division and subdivision, at the bottom, which is a custom field we added subdivision, if you want to link it with it, go to the custom field, the bottom level field, and here under the field criteria on the left hand side, we are required to give the standard field, the parent field called division on the left hand side. On the right hand side, between these two objects, whatever is association name in the subdivision level, we linked it with the standard division, so that the name of the association is cust_2div. Paste that. Dot, what should we give here? Anybody? Association name dot?
Internal ID.
Excellent. So association name dot internal ID is what we used to give for the associations what we saw in the last week, which is between MDF objects, standard MDF to MDF objects, we use that. But now we are going to connect one custom object with a standard object. During that, so in the object definition level, if you see, internal ID is a field that is not available. In the subdivision object, you will not find a field called internal ID. For a custom object level, one change is you will have a field called MDF system internal code. MDF system internal code is a field. This one you are required to copy and paste it here. Association name dot MDF system internal code has to be given, guys. That is one difference that comes up again at the association level, custom association. Save it. So first of all, adding a field, giving the permission to that field, then linking that field with the object using this type of reference object, and to associate it at the bottom left hand side, giving the parent field, right hand side name of the association dot MDF system internal code. Instead of internal ID, MDF system internal code is a field you are required to link with that. Save it. So in the object level, you have it as it is, whatever is in the object called MDF system internal code. You just have to copy it and paste it. So once we save this, guys, the association between the custom subdivision field and the standard division field is done. So now the system has to display only the SD3, SD1 and SD2 should not appear in the dropdown. Okay, just give me a moment, it's loading. Same time to load. Yeah, it saved it. So now once this is saved, here in the people profile level, you see these guys now in the drop down, only SD3 is coming, which is connected with the division. Only SD3 is coming in the drop down here. Only one. Because only this is connected. SD1 and SD2 level, I did not give any parent. Only for SD3, I have given the parent. That's why SD3 is coming here, which is connected with this division. So this way, using the standard layers and custom layers, both the things we can have the association established, both at the MDF objects level and finally the employee portlet level as well. Any questions here? The sequence of steps I'll again repeat it, guys. One is first create the association. When first create a custom object you created. Once this object is ready, you basically have the association with the standard object called division. That is where it will be completing your activity of creating an object and its association at the MDF side. For the portlet side is where first in the business configuration, add custom field called subdivision. For that to appear on the front end, in the permissions, select the permission for that field. Once that permission is given, it will appear as a free text field. For that, you go for you go for linking that field with the relevant portlet. So for relevant object, not portlet, link this field with the relevant object using this field called as type of reference object as foundation object. What is the reference object? The object code. Then it will start displaying on the front end with the drop down of values. Once the values are ready, now it should display only the connected values, not all the values, only the connected values of the parent. For that, the association level here, go to the child level object. In the child level object, in the field criteria, give the parent field. On the right hand side, association name dot MDF system internal code is what we are required to give when you are working on a custom field here. It's a custom field. Okay. So this is how org structure setup using both standard objects and even custom objects will be done, guys. And next thing, this is normally in the projects also, first in the initial sessions, I mean in the initial days, once we upload all the data models, all the 4 data models in the data models level as per the portlet requirements, whatever changes customer is expecting on the portlets, the people profile layout, once everything is done, this is the next level configuration we do, which is org structure. So using standard layers or custom layers or mix of them, all that, once the associations is set up, org structure is done. Next we work on any additional new portlets to be brought up. We have worked on the standard portlets coming from succession data model. Any new custom portlets are also in the requirement. That is, apart from all the various portlets that are present on the people profile, if customer is still not happy, he need 1 or 2 additional portlets in which some customer specific information they want to store. That is, one common requirement we get in the real time is company assets. Say example, if an employee is given with a company mobile, company laptop, data card, company car, like this, whatever are the company assets that the employee was given with, company wants to maintain a place where what all were given to him, on which date they were given to him, some documentation attachment. If whenever they give a laptop, they take a signature from the employee on some documentation. So the scan copy of that they want to store there. So all these things, if they want to do, they need one custom portlet which is not standard success factors pre-delivered. So custom portlets creation will be the next step. But for the custom portlet, normally all the standard portlets are coming from the succession data model XML. All the portlets, their fields are coming from the succession data model XML. But when it comes to this custom portlet, without touching XML, our agenda, even SAP's agenda and our agenda during the project should be to avoid the dependency on the XML. So whatever is coming as a standard from succession data model, okay, we have no other choice. But for anything new to be created, let us not again go and depend on the additional new lines of coding. No more coding. So we are required to build a custom portlet using MDF. The way we brought up a custom layer called subdivision and we built the org structure. So this is created as a custom MDF foundation object. Custom MDF, subdivision has become a foundation object. MDF based custom foundation object. Now in the tomorrow session, we will see MDF based custom portlet creation. That is here. No, this thing, I guess. 1 second, guys. Yeah. Foundation objects we saw, which are locations, pay grades, all that, which are coming from the corporate data model. Normal foundation objects or legacy foundation objects you can call. Next is MDF based, that blue colored things, divisions, business units, departments, all that, standard. Next, custom foundation or custom MDF based foundation object, which is subdivision that we created. Now, custom MDF based portlet. Employee data portlet is what we are going to create. That means with this, what you have to understand is MDF is a platform not only dedicated for foundation objects. Initial days, what people think is MDF means foundation objects only is what people think, because standard success factors has delivered few foundation objects using MDF platform, divisions, business units, departments and all. They think MDF means foundation, but not. MDF is just a platform that is helping to reduce the dependency in XML and bring the things onto the front end. Using MDF, you can have standard foundation objects. Using MDF, you can have custom foundation objects like subdivision, and using MDF, you can also create custom portlets also. Without coding, without one single line of coding, I will create a custom portlet with what all fields you want to see on the portlet and bring that portlet in the people profile and show you without touching any XML. That is what basically custom MDF is basically helping us in that. An MDF platform is basically helping whatever we as a consultant configure during the project is obviously custom. What SF has standard delivered will be standard MDF. What we are enhancing the system is custom MDF. That's it. So MDF is a platform not only limited for foundation objects. Using MDF, it can be foundation objects or employee data portlets. Anything can be built. That will be our primary agenda in the tomorrow session, and complete session will be on that, how to use MDF platform to create custom portlets. Okay, any questions here, guys? Okay, so that's all for now. So in the tomorrow's session, we'll see this custom MDF based portlet creation completely. Along with that, if the time permits, we'll also see into the drop downs, how the pick list as a concept, the drop downs in the success factor system across all the modules, not only employee central, across all the modules, how the drop downs pick list are handled. So even that is what we'll be concentrating. That's all for now, guys. Let's again come back.
Hi, Rupa here.
Go ahead.
I'm facing permissions issues for association. I tried doing it during the weekend. Can you just look into?
Can you give me some screenshot or something? What are you exactly facing? Okay.
Okay, I'll send a mail to you with the error I'm facing.
Sure. Yeah.
And one more thing, this association, like subdivision you mentioned, we need to link it with what was that system internal ID, na? MDF system internal ID, right?
Internal code.
Internal code, yeah.
Yeah, if you just do a control F search called internal, the word this automatically will bring you to this one, MDF system internal code.
Yeah, so now we need to first create the objects, and then if there is bulk, so we need to first create the object, and then in the CSV file we need to insert all these things and upload, right?
Why did CSV come? What is this CSV about?
Now, if there is bulk, now I'm having 10 subdivisions to be created. Okay. So do I have to do it?
We have dedicated sessions for that. Going further, we'll see on this data imports separately. So let us not confuse at this point. We'll anyway spend some time. Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Just using the front end screens as of now. We'll come to this slowly. Any others, gentlemen? Okay, guys. I'll also be sharing you some exercises as well, guys. This employee portal, the way how we are working on this associations and all. You'll even receive that. Yeah, Zuleika, any question from your end?
Like this is actually difficult. So I was just asking you because you said like now that you have exercises, so it will help us to have that, that steps like how do we go about it, right?
So association related, it will not have, it's an exercise means it's activity what you're required to do. It's not about step-by-step thing. Step-by-step thing related, already in the weekend I shared you the document, how the associations will be made. There is a document in that you have all these things. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine, gentlemen. Thank you one and all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.